Hello everyone, welcome back to Senior Health Essentials, your go-to channel for practical, science-backed tips to help us all live longer, feel stronger, and stay sharp to our golden years. Have you ever found yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. with an urgent need to use the bathroom, and then struggling to fall back asleep? Or maybe you've experienced that sudden dizzy spell when you stand up too fast in the dark. What if I told you that this simple, everyday habit, something as innocent as a glass of water before bed, could quietly be putting your health at risk? 1. Drinking too much liquid before bed. As we get older, our bodies change in subtle but significant ways. One of the most overlooked changes is how our kidneys and bladder function at night. They don't stop working just because we're asleep. In fact, they can become even more sensitive, filtering fluids more actively and reacting to even small amounts of liquid. And that leads to one common but disruptive issue: nighttime urination, or what doctors call nocturia. Now, waking up once in the night may not seem like a big deal, but when it happens 2, 3, or even more times every night, the effects can really add up. Your sleep gets broken into short fragments, and you miss out on the deep, restorative stages that your brain and body desperately need, especially after 70. And the consequences go far beyond just feeling tired the next day. Interrupted sleep weakens your immune system, raises blood pressure, and has been linked to memory loss and cognitive decline. In fact, research shows that seniors who frequently wake up at night are at a higher risk of developing dementia. But that's not all. There's another danger that's often underestimated: nighttime falls. Picture this: you wake up suddenly, your bladder is full, and you rush to the bathroom in the dark. But your blood pressure hasn't yet adjusted. You stand up, and suddenly the room spins. That moment of dizziness, called postural hypotension, can cause a fall that results in serious injury, broken bones, head trauma, or worse. So what can you do? Hydration is still essential, but it's all about timing. Drink plenty of fluids earlier in the day. By late afternoon, start tapering off. In the evening, instead of a full glass of water, try just a few sips if needed. Also, be mindful of hidden liquids, soups, juicy fruits, and even some medications can contribute more fluid than you realize. And if you enjoy tea or coffee in the evening, remember, caffeine acts as a diuretic. It makes your body produce even more urine. One small change, like adjusting your hydration schedule, can give you a more peaceful night, help you stay sharp, and most importantly, protect you from preventable falls. Sometimes, it's not the big things that harm us. It's the small habits we overlook every single night. 2. Eating heavy meals too late. We've all done it. You finish dinner late. Maybe you're watching a show or catching up with a loved one, and then you find yourself reaching for a little something extra. Maybe it's a warm bowl of pasta, a slice of leftover pizza, or even just a piece of toast with peanut butter. It feels comforting. But what many people don't realize, especially as we get older, is that what and when you eat before bed matters more than ever. As we age, our digestive system doesn't work quite the way it used to. Our metabolism slows down, our stomach empties more slowly, and the muscle tone in our esophagus weakens. That means food sits in the stomach longer, and if we lie down too soon after eating, it can backfire, literally. You might experience acid reflux, that burning sensation creeping up the chest, or even wake up coughing or choking in the middle of the night. And it's not just discomfort we're talking about here. Chronic acid reflux, also known as GERD, can wear down your esophagus and weaken your airways. In some cases, it can lead to aspiration pneumonia, where food particles or stomach acid make their way into the lungs. That's especially dangerous for seniors. Even more concerning, research links late-night eating to elevated nighttime heart rate and increased risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and even strokes while sleeping. Now, think about this. Your body should be winding down at night, slowing your heart, calming your systems, easing you into deep, healing sleep. But when you've just eaten a heavy meal, your digestive system is still wide awake. Your stomach is producing acid, your intestines are working overtime, and your heart rate stays higher than it should. That internal activity can keep your brain from slipping into the restful stages of sleep you need to truly recharge. And let's not forget blood sugar. If you have diabetes or borderline, eating late can cause glucose spikes and crashes while you sleep, leading to restlessness, night sweats, and increased risk for metabolic disorders. So what's the simple shift that can make a huge difference? Try to finish your last main meal about 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. That gives your body time to digest. And if you're truly hungry before bed, go for something light, maybe a few almonds, a banana, or a small cup of warm herbal tea. These are easier on the stomach and won't spike your system overnight. Taking care of your digestion is one of the quietest but most powerful ways to protect your heart, improve your sleep, and give your body the rest it needs. Remember, it's not just what you eat. It's when you eat that could be the difference between a peaceful night and a dangerous one. 3. Using screens before bed. It's become such a normal part of daily life that most of us don't even think twice about it. You're lying in bed, the lights are dim, and you're winding down by scrolling through your phone. Maybe you're checking the weather, reading a few headlines, watching a YouTube video, just one more. It feels harmless, even comforting. But here's the truth. This simple habit could be stealing your sleep and slowly affecting your memory, mood, and long-term health in ways you might not realize. What many people don't know is that screens, whether it's a phone, tablet, or television, emit something called blue light. During the day, blue light is great. It boosts alertness and helps regulate our body's natural rhythm. But at night, it's a different story. Blue light sends a confusing message to your brain. It tells your internal clock that it's still daytime, suppressing the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Now imagine this happening night after night. You may notice that it takes you longer to fall asleep, or you toss and turn more often. You wake up feeling like you barely rested, even if you were in bed for 8 hours. Over time, this chronic sleep disruption doesn't just leave you tired. It can actually affect your memory, emotional balance, and even your risk of developing cognitive decline. A growing number of studies link poor sleep in older adults to faster brain aging and conditions like Alzheimer's. That's why protecting your sleep, especially after age 60, is not a luxury. It's a form of self-care and prevention. And here's something that hits close to home. I recently spoke with a friend's mother in her 70s who struggled with sleep for over a year. She thought it was just part of getting older, until her doctor asked about her nightly routine. Turns out, she was watching the news on her tablet every night before bed. Once she cut that out and switched to reading a paperback and listening to soft instrumental music instead, her sleep dramatically improved. She said it felt like she finally had her mornings back. So what can you do? Start by giving your brain time to wind down. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. That includes phones, TVs, tablets, anything with that artificial glow. Instead, try reading a physical book, doing gentle stretches, writing in a journal, or playing calming music. Your brain is incredibly smart, but it also depends on patterns. By creating a screen-free, calming bedtime routine, you're sending the message, it's time to rest. And that one shift might be exactly what you need to fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake up feeling like yourself again. 4. Sleeping in a too warm room. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling hot, uncomfortable, maybe even drenched in sweat, yet your room didn't feel that warm when you went to bed? It's a common experience, especially as we age. And here's the surprising part. Your bedroom temperature could be quietly sabotaging your sleep and straining your heart without you even realizing it. You see, as we get older, our bodies naturally lose some of their ability to regulate temperature efficiently. We don't sweat as easily, our circulation may slow, and that fine balance between too warm and too cold becomes harder to maintain, especially during sleep when the body is supposed to cool down for deep rest. Let's talk about Frank. He's 74 and loves to feel cozy at night. He keeps his room around 75 degrees Fahrenheit and piles on the blankets, because who doesn't like feeling warm and secure? But he kept waking up feeling groggy, sweaty, and strangely exhausted no matter how long he stayed in bed. What Frank didn't know was that his warm sleeping environment was pushing his body into overdrive all night long. When we sleep too warm, our body struggles to cool itself down. That internal effort raises the heart rate, thickens the blood slightly due to mild dehydration, and interferes with our natural sleep cycle. The deep, healing stages of sleep, the kind that strengthen memory, support the immune system, and help the heart recover, become harder to reach. And in older adults, that disruption adds up fast. In fact, researchers have found that sleeping in a room that's too warm increases the risk of nighttime dehydration, heart strain, and even blood clots in vulnerable individuals. For seniors with high blood pressure, circulation issues, or heart conditions, this could be a hidden but very real danger. So what's the ideal sleep temperature? Experts recommend keeping your bedroom somewhere between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I know, that might sound chilly at first, especially if you're used to something warmer. But give it a try. Use breathable cotton blankets instead of heavy synthetics that trap heat. Wear moisture-wicking sleepwear, and crack a window or run a small fan, not just for cooling, but also to improve air circulation and reduce stuffiness. It's a small change with a big impact. Better temperature control can mean fewer wake-ups, deeper sleep, and even reduced strain on your heart. And more importantly, you'll wake up feeling genuinely refreshed, mentally sharp, emotionally steady, and ready to take on your day. So tonight, before you turn in, take a moment to feel your room. Is it working with your body, or quietly working against it? 5. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people don't give a second thought to how they sleep. We tend to focus on how long we sleep, not how we do it. But the truth is, your sleeping position, the way you position your body night after night, can quietly affect everything from your breathing to your heart health. Especially as we age, posture during sleep matters more than most of us realize. Let me ask you, have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Or maybe you've been told that you snore, gasp, or even stop breathing for brief moments during the night. These signs could be more than just getting older. They might be signals that your sleeping position is working against you. Take Daniel, for example. He's 76, always slept flat on his back, and thought nothing of it. His wife, though, started noticing that he'd sometimes pause in his breathing, then gasp suddenly for air. At first, they both brushed it off. But over time, Daniel began waking up with headaches and feeling groggy all day, no matter how early he went to bed. It wasn't until his doctor suggested a sleep study that they discovered he had obstructive sleep apnea, a condition where the airway gets blocked repeatedly during sleep, often triggered by back sleeping. And it's not just about breathing. Posture also affects your circulation. Sleeping on your right side, for instance, can put extra pressure on the heart, which may lead to fluid buildup in the lungs or legs, especially in people with existing heart conditions. That's why sleep experts often recommend the left side as the ideal position for older adults. Sleeping on your left side helps your heart pump more efficiently, improves digestion, and reduces the risk of acid reflux, something many seniors struggle with. For those with joint pain or arthritis, placing a pillow between your knees can keep your hips aligned and take pressure off the lower back. And if you tend to roll onto your back during the night, a simple body pillow can gently keep you in place while supporting your spine. It's incredible how something so small, a change in sleeping posture, can have such a big impact on your overall well-being. Better breathing, improved circulation, deeper sleep, less strain on the heart, all from turning just a little to the left. So tonight, when you settle in for bed, take a moment to notice your position. Is it truly serving your health? Because with just a few simple adjustments, you could sleep not only more comfortably, but much more safely. And sometimes, that's all it takes to wake up feeling more refreshed, more energized, and more you. It's easy to overlook the little things. A glass of water before bed, a late night snack, keeping the room a bit warmer, watching just one more video, or settling into a sleeping position you've used your whole life. None of these habits seem harmful on their own. In fact, many of them feel comforting, normal. But as we've seen today, the habits we carry into the night can quietly shape the quality of our sleep, the strength of our heart, and ultimately, the way we age. After 70, even the smallest choices can either support your body or slowly wear it down. The good news is, every single one of these habits can be changed. And you don't have to change everything at once. In fact, you shouldn't. The key to lasting improvement is to start small, stay consistent, and pay attention to how your body responds. Because believe it or not, something as simple as eating dinner an hour earlier or turning off your TV before bed could be the shift your body's been waiting for. So here's my gentle challenge to you, starting tonight. Choose just one thing to change. Maybe you stop drinking fluids after 7 p.m. Or you sleep with a fan on. Maybe you try lying on your left side with a pillow between your knees. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to begin. If there's one truth I've learned from working with older adults over the years, it's this. It's never too late to feel better. Our bodies are amazingly resilient. They respond to care, to awareness, to small consistent choices that honor where we are in life. And when we sleep better, everything else starts to get better too. Our energy, our mood, our clarity, even our relationships. It's all connected. So don't let these small habits slip by unnoticed anymore. Start paying attention. Adjust one thing, then another, then another. Before long, your nights will feel calmer and your mornings stronger. And if you found value in this video, if it opened your eyes to something you hadn't thought about before, I invite you to stick around with us. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and join this growing community of people who are learning how to age with strength, clarity, and intention. There's more insight, encouragement, and practical wisdom coming your way. You won't want to miss it. Because growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing smarter and learning how to take care of yourself like never before. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and sleep well.